But we've spoken before. You're demoing with a very successful projection company.
Yeah.
But not everyone believes or understands that projection can be done well for front row.
Yeah.
So what do you say to them when they?
Well, it's funny because we've had various versions of that conversation, in the day and a half that we've had so far, and really, I think the thing is had projection not existed and it was being launched at the show as a new technology, people would be knocked out with it. But preconditions have changed because I think firstly the move to laser or laser phosphor technology, so you get 20,000 hours of maintenance-free life. You've got the maintenance software so that you can monitor the kit in the same way that you can a panel. But what's brought us to the situation where Epson asked me to design this area for them, or my team to design this area for them, is that effectively for projection to work well, the whole process has got to be flipped round 180 degrees. Well, traditionally people would go, oh, you need a 8,000, they go like this, oh, you need a 6,000 or 8,000 lumen projector in this space. And that's exactly the wrong way around.
So they're speccing the projector before they're speccing the screen?
Yeah. And it misses the basic point. People don't look at projectors, they look at the screens. Right. So the actual process, using AVIXA standards, he said, is that you start by describing what the user experience needs to be in hard metrics. You need so many candela per square meter, such a contrast ratio, and then you use AVIXA standards to work out what the image size should be, and then depending on the application, you then choose the screen material, and then from that you use standards-based calculators to decide what projector specification is needed, and that's really why. This what we're showing on the Epson booth has been so transformative for people's expectations about projection, because we've done it that way round. And as you correctly say, in these circumstances you cannot use a conventional screen material because the screen needs to be black until projected light hits it, and this DNP supernova technology that we're using as part of the solution ticks those boxes. But it's a very different and novel experience for me. Always worked in a sort of small specialist business environment to be working with the big cheeses at Epson. But it's a nice experience.
I was there yesterday and I couldn't actually get to you. I didn't have a booked appointment or anything. Well, I did with Epson, and I walked past and I saw you busy.
It's a really lovely thing because I've done this show ever since it started, since it was sort of in that echoing barn in Geneva about 150 years ago, whenever it was, and seeing it track all the way through. But Epson have got this, they've got the heft, they've got the booth, or our bit of the booth is right on the main aisle, and it was if you're going to write a scenario for an ideal situation to show something off, I'm just in a very privileged position to be there.
One thing I think of when I think of projection, when I was at Infocom last year, I looked at an Epson 21x9, and I think that was in a dark room. Do you need to do this projection in a dark room, or can you do it with natural daylight?
No, that's exactly the point about what we're doing here. We're under the spotlights of the show, and that has been the issue to complete the proposition of making these displays work, because Microsoft has made the move to using projection for Microsoft Teams rooms and for front row and and those layouts. But the thing is that using a conventional screen material, a non-optical material as we'd call it, you can only do it under massively controlled lighting conditions, and so that's been the second path, the second iteration, and which has led us to here. So the timing is really perfect to be showing this at ISC.